I've honestly never read any of the Twilight books. Hey guys, so today's video is gonna be books on my TBR. So again, with this awkward light pattern that's going on right now, it's from my window blinds, and that's how I get my lighting in this room. So hopefully it doesn't bother you guys too much as
it's bothering me.
But let's go on to the books. Okay, so this first book is actually next on my to be read, and it is a Stephen King book, which is my first Stephen King book I've ever bought, and it's the only one I own. I saw this girl on YouTube talk about it probably like a year ago. So let me just say that first. All these books I probably had around a year. That's how long it's taking to get to them. But yeah, I saw this girl on YouTube go and purchase this book, and she talked about it a little bit. Automatically I was very intrigued by it. The way she explained the book, it reminded me of Stranger Things, which I'm a huge fan of. We have a little guest star here. She wants to sit on my lap, but okay. Can you lay down? Okay. Next book. They're a little dusty, so I'm over here trying to dust them off. Chasing Red by Isabel Ronin? Sorry, don't know how to completely say her last name. Anna Todd actually looks like she enjoys this book, and I think she's the one who wrote the After series, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think this was a Christmas gift from last Christmas. Honestly, a lot of these books, because I bought them so long ago, or they were given to me, I really don't remember what they're about. And in the way I stack my books, I forget most of these that I bought. I'll probably put in a clip of how I have my bookshelves, my TBR shelves. Probably annoy a lot of people, but because I'm a very indecisive person, it helps me not to be indecisive. This one's by Stephanie Perkins, Anna and the French Kiss. Okay, so I believe I bought this one because of Book Talk. It was very popular around the time I bought it. And again, don't really know what this story is about. Has a Eiffel Tower, so I guess seeing the settings in Paris. I know it is a YA romance, I believe. Okay, next one. This is a very controversial book. I've heard a lot of negative things about it, but you know, I bought it after, you know, I bought it at the time when everyone was buying it. But you know, once people read it, their opinions come out, and it turns out that there's not a very lot of good opinions about this book. It is by E. Lockhart. We Were Liars. Don't know much about this. I know it's a YA romance fiction, I believe. I heard a lot of negative reviews about this book, so we're gonna have to read it to find out. Okay, next one is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Adiet. I am so sorry. I know I butchered her last name. This was also a very popular book on Book Talk. I'm telling you, all my TBR books are for Book Talk. I get them not only because they're popular, but because of course I read all the synopsis on these books, and that is what got me to buy them, not just because of a simple quote or just by the cover of it. Like, in order for me to buy a book, the synopsis really has to grab my attention. And so all these books I'm showing you, I know I got them because I've really liked the synopsis and knowing what the story is going to be about. That is why I bought them, because I was intrigued by it. But again, these are what I bought a year ago to over a year ago, so I don't really know what they're about, and I didn't go over the synopsis of all these books before the video. So yeah, I think it's a YA fantasy. That's all I know. Okay, this is a romance. It is Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. This was another popular Book Talk book. Don't know much about it. Don't remember the synopsis of it. Only that I do know it is romance. Okay, next one, Crown of Coral and Pearl. Fantasy book. Next one is Born at Midnight by Cece Hunter. It's giving me very much Twilight vibes, you know, that genre during that time period. Yep, 2011. Yeah, that's the vibe I was going for. It was like 2010 between 2016 type of books. I mean, look at the cover. Like, it says it all. It just gives us 2010 Twilight romance fantasy vibe, you know? Which I love because it's kind of like nostalgic. I feel like this book has come around to book talk recently again. Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. Again, I'm sorry if I butchered the author's name. This book is actually pretty big, like width length. Compared to this one, like, it's pretty big. I know it is a YA fantasy. That is all. Oh, okay. The Grey Seer by Kim Leggett. Again, the names, I am sorry in advance. I remember how I got this book. Those who have Barnes & Noble has these mystery books where they wrap them in wrapping paper and they just give like a small synopsis of what the book is about. I remember this was it. This was the mystery book. And I'm really glad because the synopsis is really interesting. I believe it is a YA fantasy. Next one is Find You in the Dark by Meredith Walters. I got this one on Amazon, I believe. Don't know how I came about this book. It looks like a romance book by the title of it. Maybe a spicy romance? I know it's about, you know, innocent girl, bad boy type of storyline. It has to be adult romance, not YA by the cover of it. By Stephanie Meyer. Yes, I've honestly never read any of the Twilight books. I actually sat down and watched all the Twilight books summer of 2019. Like, I've always known about Twilight and Twilight movies, but growing up my mom didn't let me watch it because she thought I wasn't mature for it to watch, you know. I knew it was very popular in like middle school, high school, but she was just like, yeah, you need to get into it, it's for like adults. So I finally watched all the movies. I knew like the storyline behind Twilight and the whole Bella, Jacob, Edward type of feud, and you know, I knew all of that. I knew it. I was aware of it. I mean, it was Twilight. Everyone knew Twilight even if you didn't watch it. I finally watched it 2019, in the summer of 2019 with friends over FaceTime. Or it was summer 2020. Honestly don't know. These past few years are blurred. The book is actually pretty thick. I don't even know how many pages. Like 500 pages. So yeah, hopefully I like it because it would be nice to have like the Twilight book collection in my shelves. This is how I know that I've had these books for almost a year now, because I bought this book back in February of last year. I was trying to look for a cute Valentine themed book and I ran into this one. It's a romance book. I mean, obviously. I believe he or she, one of them, need a wedding day and you know, they'll end up falling in love type of deal. So we'll see how this goes. I kind of come to notice I'm not a romance reader, but maybe because I just haven't found a really good one. So we shall see. Okay guys, I'm gonna actually make this into like a mini series of like books on my TBR because I literally have so many. They're right over there. So it's gonna be part 1. I think there's gonna be 4 parts. We shall see, but that is the first part. But before I go, I want to share my 2 current reads right now. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delaya Owens. My friend actually gave this to me last year in the summer as a grad gift. So I'm finally getting to it because I just seen they wrapped up filming for this book and I was like, I didn't even know they were filming for this book. And what's his name? Hold on. Okay, Harris Dickinson is gonna be one of the characters in this book, and that man, I have a little crushy crush on him. So I was like, I need to read this now because this movie comes out in July. So far I'm liking it. A little over 50 pages in. It's kind of a slow-paced read, so I'm hoping it picks up in the book. Usually when books are super slow, it takes about halfway into the book for it to really pick up. That's one of my current reads. My second book I am currently reading as well is Golden Boys by, I forgot the author, but Bloomsbury actually sent me this book. It comes out February 8th and I'm a little over, I'm about exactly 50 pages in. It's cute. I'm so far liking it. It definitely gives me Sister the Traveling Hood Pants vibes. It's just really hard to distinguish each character because there's 4 different characters, especially when they don't give much description of the character until, I don't know why authors do that. They don't really give description of the character on the spot when introduced. They usually do it like a few chapters in. It makes it difficult to kind of connect with the characters because you're trying to, for me at least, I always try to figure out how these people look like when they don't give it to me on the spot. That's the only like iffy part of this book, but I mean, I'm only 50 pages in and this is I think a 300-page book. But yeah, that is all for part 1 of my TBR. I hope you guys enjoy and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.